Welcome to another edition of Symposium Sports. And man, week 5 was a real good week for me. I'll tell you that right now. And I'm going to show you why it's been a good week for me with picks. Yes, I lost a few, but it overall was a pretty good one. You can see right here, I went 8-0 in the first 8. But then the Bronco game, man, they those Raiders. I picked the Raiders in that one, and the Broncos. They played. I mean, they had a 100-yard interception return in that game. A huge play by Patrick Surtain Jr. Man, and that was that first one right there of the day, the first loss. Then the second one. I mean, my God, Arizona 24-23 over the 49ers. San Francisco is reeling a little bit there. I mean, I don't know if they should be able to get this together. They have enough talent on that team, but you definitely didn't expect them to be in 2 or 3 at this point in the season at all. Then this one right here, Seattle and the Giants. Man, I cannot believe that one either. This one, I think Pittsburgh can get it together. Obviously, I have picked Kansas City for tomorrow, but overall, I mean, I cannot be complaining about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a potential 10 in 3 weeks so far for the NFL Week 5 pick. So I can't be mad about that one at all. So we're gonna do the picks for Week 6 coming up. So let me go ahead and get that going. Let me see here. So we're gonna do Week 6. So my Week 6 picks. The first matchup is the Thursday night game. San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. Man, both teams are coming off very disappointing losses. This was a real big rivalry back, especially back in 2013, 2014. Still is a good rivalry for the division, but back then, man, those were some really good games with those teams. But this one is really like a must win for both teams. Seattle lost the week before against Detroit as well. So, man, I'm going to go back to this one. I'm not going to pick that one yet. The Jacksonville Jaguars got their first win of the day. I was very happy about that win today. And they're going to go to London, England, and take on the Chicago Bears. Man, I like my Jags in that one because Jacksonville always plays well in London. London is like a second home for the Jaguars. So I'm picking Jacksonville in that one. Hopefully they can get another win next week after that and be at least 3-4 and get their season back on track. But I was very pleased with their win today at the Baltimore Ravens, the Battle of Maryland. And this is pretty interesting right here. It really is because Washington is no slash team no more. They looking pretty for real, legit. And Baltimore, they still are very suspect on defense. They are just not as good in, historically. Historically, when you think of a Ravens defense, you always think of Ray Lewis and all those guys, but these ain't the same. It's a lot of athletic guys over there, but they give up a lot of points too. But I think Baltimore is going to have the edge just with experience wise. So I'm going with Baltimore in this one, but it would be an exciting matchup to watch and see. I'm really looking forward to that one, especially with Jaden Daniels at quarterback. The Arizona Cardinals and the Green Bay Packers. I can't see Arizona, getting two wins in a row. So I'm going with Green Bay in that one. Green Bay had a good win today in LA, so I see them getting a good win at home against the Cardinals. The Houston Texans at the New England Patriots. New England is just not looking up to par like they used to, so Houston, in that one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. I think the New Orleans Saints get a win and get back on track since they're at home. It's tough to play there in New Orleans. Cleveland Browns. They got a lot of problems going on with Deshaun Watson and Kevin Stefanski as the coach. And I can't see that relationship, being together any much longer, especially after what happened. So in that one, I like the Philadelphia Eagles at home on the Cleveland Browns. Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. This one should be Indianapolis's. Joe Flacco, 39-year-old, looked very well today against the Jaguars. Tennessee, very uncertain at quarterback right now. They really have, no answers right now for it. Will Will Levis get better? We hope so, but it ain't looking like that right now. And I see Indianapolis winning that over Tennessee in Tennessee. The Los Angeles Chargers, they will travel and play the Denver Broncos. Los Angeles, that's an up and down team as well. And Denver, the defense is playing really good football. They got two very good defensive backs. Like we're not calling them no flies on yet, but it's getting built up back into a pretty dominant secondary for the Broncos. And the defense has been winning them the games most likely. The offense, they're still struggling, but that defense has been playing good. 100-yard return for a touchdown, a pick six today. That was pretty good work. So I like the Broncos at home. They're very surprising at 3-2 as well. The Pittsburgh Steelers will go and take on the Raiders of Las Vegas. The Steelers versus Raiders. Man, that's some good, nostalgia right there. In this matchup, though, the Raiders, they just an up and down team too. And Pittsburgh has been playing some really, really steel curtain defense. I got to say that. I'm going with Pittsburgh in that one. The Atlanta Falcons are going to go take on the lowly Carolina Panthers. I like the Atlanta Falcons in that one. Kirk Cousins looked really good throwing that 509 yards, passing. What was it? Thursday Night Football. Very good performance right there in Atlanta too. And I think Atlanta's going to continue their winning ways against the Carolina Panthers. The Detroit Lions will go and travel and take on the Dallas Cowboys. And I think Detroit is going to get one there. Dallas is reeling kind of, like it's a lot of stuff is going on there. Then we got the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're going to go take on the New York Football Giants. This is on Sunday Night Football, too. You would think they would probably try to flex that game, but I don't think they can flex down. But that's going to be the Sunday night game. Like, if you got a place of employment to be at, I think you would rather work instead of being at home watching that one. Two disappointing teams, Cincinnati especially. I'm going to give them the edge, though. I think they can win that one. They almost beat Baltimore today. I think they can win that one. Both teams are on winning streaks, though. But I think Cincinnati wins that. And then we have the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Man, the Jets are 2-3. Aaron Rodgers is, he's throwing more interceptions than touchdowns now. It's not looking the same like the Green Bay Packer Aaron Rodgers that we have all grown and have been accustomed to seeing. Another thing is Buffalo, they're struggling right now too. They're on a 2-game slide ever since their demolishing of the Jaguars on Monday Night Football a few weeks back. So I think they can get a win back on Monday Night Football. But the Jets here, man, all that talk about them for the last 2 seasons, actually. The year before, obviously, after the injury happened, they weren't talking about him like that, But when he came back, it started up again and has not lived up to the expectations at all. So and I said I was coming back to this game right here, San Francisco and Seattle. I'm just going to go with Seattle because they are at home. And I just think San Francisco is struggling, especially on offense. It's crazy because Jordan Mason is running the ball really good for that team, being that supplant to Christian McCaffrey. And hopefully he comes back. I hope his career doesn't end soon or something like that because that Achilles tendonitis, man, that's something terrible to have, and that's for sure. So, with that being said, here goes my NFL Week 6 picks. Like Seattle over the 49ers, the Jaguars over the Chicago Bears in London, Baltimore Ravens over the Washington Commanders, The Green Bay Packers over the Arizona Cardinals, the Houston Texans over the New England Patriots, the New Orleans Saints over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Philadelphia Eagles over the Cleveland Browns, the Indianapolis Colts over the Tennessee Titans, the Denver Broncos over the Los Angeles Chargers, the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Las Vegas Raiders, the Atlanta Falcons over the Carolina Panthers, the Detroit Lions over the Dallas Cowboys, the Cincinnati Bengals over the New York Giants, and the Buffalo Bills over the New York Jets. And I'm going to lock those picks in. And yes, those are going to be those NFL Week 6 picks of the week.